Hello, beloved listeners, and welcome to Snake People at the Movies, film criticism by people who actually like film. Join us as we dive into movies we love, movies we respect, and movies we wish we could unsee. It's the podcast where we talk about growing up and living queer, nerdy, and depressed, online and at the cinema. From the kids who all own their own copies of the Revenge of the Sith novelization, it's Sneople at the Movies. I'm Helena.
I'm Ezra.
And I'm Maddie.
And this week we're talking about Star Wars, hey?
Every time we do this.
Okay, look, the topical
we're talking
thing...
about Star Wars.
The topical thing would have been for us to do a, lead up to Avengers Endgame, let's talk about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but consider this, we didn't want to.
No.
I literally told my dad that we were recording a Star Wars episode, and he was like, what more is there to say about it? So, there's that vote of confidence for us.
Hey, guess what, Helena's dad? A ton.
I am struck dumb by that sentiment. What else is there to say about Star Wars? I don't know. Everybody has their own, not to get real, everybody has their own personal things. Everybody's different. There's no two opinions that are alike in this whole planet. I love Star Wars. I want to talk about Star Wars with my friends.
3 Star Wars fans, 4 opinions.
The fourth opinion is Raleigh's, and his opinion is he wish I would stop yelling.
True.
It actually is kind of a topical episode because the trailer came out, hey?
Yeah, and the Mandalorian trailer just dropped too.
Not to date this episode, but I'm gonna date this episode. The Star Wars celebration is currently happening wherever the hell it's happening right now. Geography is fake and I can't be arsed to look it up.
I think it's in California this year, actually. I know I said I don't know and I don't care, but...
You're looking it up. I respect that.
Don't ask me.
So... We're gonna get into it because we are all
it's in
fairly
Chicago.
Big Star Wars nerds. I don't know. I have this urge to call them nerd credentials, which is a stupid thing to say, but
I think y'all two are further along on the spectrum than I am in terms of Star Wars fandom.
How big scale of Star Wars nerdery? Yeah.
Yes, I think on the scale from Star Trek to Star Wars, I love Star Trek. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, we just did an episode and I just talked about how much I love Star Trek. I could be objective about Star Trek. Is that the subjective? No.
No, you can be objective about it.
Yeah,
objective.
I could be objective about Star Trek. I can't do that with Star Wars. It's so personal for me. That I can't on some level, I guess. I could be the Sith are bad, and people who have takes about, there's some things where I could be yeah, no, objectively this is, not a good thing. But also, I can't. I cannot.
You're capable of being, critical when the time calls for it, I've found, but... It's,
yeah, absolutely.
It does mean a lot.
But I also know that, deep in my heart, that's never going to stop me from seeing a Star Wars.
Yeah.
Every one I've seen it since they've come out, when I've been alive, I've seen them in theaters. Is that true? Yes, every single one.
With Phantom?
I've seen in theaters. Including the prequels.
I once witnessed a friend fall asleep during the climactic battle of Attack of the Clones at the Cinerama in Seattle. Do you know how fucking loud that is?
My God, what really happens in that scene?
I mean,
what happens in that movie?
Nothing, but mostly it's just deafening. And
I remember
she was just sacked out.
I remember Ewan
The best part of that
McGregor.
movie is the scene. Yes, the scene where Ewan McGregor is Space Nancy Drew with the giraffe people. And also the diner scene where that, weirdly coded alien diner owner is hitting on him.
Oh.
Yep.
Is that the one... What's his name? Sleazebago?
His name is Dax.
Oh, no, not
No, that's when he's in the club and the guy tries to sell him cigarettes. And he's like you want to buy some death sticks? He's like, I don't want to buy, you don't want to sell me death sticks. I don't want to sell you death sticks. You want to go home and rethink your life. I want to go home and rethink my life. And his name, like, it's never said on screen, but his name is literally like something Sleazebagano, because Star Wars doesn't give a single shit. At its best, Star Wars gives 0 fucks. That's my hot take.
I love Star Wars.
Can I share my Star Wars truths while I'm looking up this important character's name?
Yes.
Okay.
The list.
Get ready.
Helena's Star Wars truths that the government doesn't want you to hear.
I only have 6. It's not that many, but they're important. And
I feel like you have to say, you have to emphasize that it's Helena's Star Wars truths.
Truths!
The government doesn't want to hear.
Yes.
There are definitely words that are in all caps.
There are a lot of them. Here's one. Poe, gay. Ready? That's number 1. Finn, Han, force sensitive. Leia, Jedi.
Helen, are you reading this?
Yeah, sure. We're kind of all doing it right now, but that's okay. Lando, immortal. Han and Luke, they fucked. Rey, my girlfriend. End sentence.
End of truths.
End of truths. Also, Yoda is me. I rewatched Empire Strikes Back.
Heard it here first.
I watched Empire Strikes Back yesterday. And that part, he's just like so tired all the time, and I was like, man, connect.
You remember that part in Return of the Jedi where he literally gets so excited of the shit happening in the Empire that he just rolls over and dies?
Rest I need. That's me all the time when I come home from work. Rest I need.
Luke is literally like, who's the other Jedi? And Yoda's just like, nope, I'm done. Time to die.
Guess I'll die.
He's like, it's Leia, you dipshit. Anyway, I'm dead. I love Yoda so much. We didn't deserve him. Oh, man.
Oh, I just found that puzzle.
Puppet Yoda is the only true Yoda.
Let's see. Oh god, where is it? I know I have it in here.
The other valid Yoda, I will say, here's one of the things, we don't need to get into The Last Jedi right now, but the part where Luke's like, the manuscripts, and Yoda's like, bitch, shut up. Also good. I love that he continues to be old and shitty when he's a ghost. Like, he's like, dude, you can't even read. Luke's like, that doesn't matter.
Death goals. There's life goals, and then there's death goals, and the death goals are just Yoda.
I found his name. His name is Elan Sleazebagano. It's Elan. That's his first name. And then his last name is Sleaze, Sleazebagano. Bagano. I don't know how to pronounce that. Is it Sleazebagano or Sleazebagano or Sleazebagano?
I think it's Sleazebagano.
It's Italian. It's Sleazebagano.
Yeah, he's space Italian. Come on.
I feel like that would be it's already too coded to begin with. To make the like criminal trying to sell him shit in the bar would be even ruder.
Look, the Star Wars prequels are many things, but subtle is not one of them.
It's not one of them. I still would put my money down on favorite Star Wars name is absolutely Kit Fisto.
So for reference, we watched all of what were at the time the existing Star Wars movies in like 2 days.
Yeah, TLJ wasn't out yet.
Yeah, this was before Last Jedi came out. But we watched everything else, and it just ended in friend of the podcast, Leo, just screaming every time Kit Fisto appeared or was mentioned or something could plausibly have been about Kit Fisto, because Kit
Fisto is her favorite character.
Kit Fisto is her favorite, and it's just because she loves fisting jokes.
That's
it. Like, that's the whole
Fisto.
justification, because his name is Kit Fisto, and it's fun to say. And so now, like, sometimes you just gotta, point at a random Star Wars character and yell, Kit Fisto?
That was my favorite Star Wars game that we played, was Kit Fisto. That was the first time my friend Katie had ever met Leo.
It's a hell of an introduction.
And so sometimes I'll be talking about Leo, and she'll be like, Kit Fisto? And I'll be like, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's her.
What a legacy. What a legacy. So, now that we know that friend of the podcast, Leo's favorite Star Wars thing is Kit Fisto, we should talk about our Star Wars journeys.
Yes.
Because it's fun.
I think I kind of said mine already.
Let's make Helena... Okay, then go ahead.
I could go last, because I have
stuff
I could add.
Mine's really is the smallest. So, I did not grow up with Star Wars in the same way that a lot of people did. My friend Lila, who I've mentioned on the podcast before, she showed me the OG trilogy back in I think like when we were 8 or something. She had all of them on VHS. She was a big Star Wars fan. Still is, I'm pretty sure. And that was kind of it for me. I didn't see any of the prequels in theaters. I did eventually watch all of them. But Force Awakens was actually my first Star Wars movie in the theaters, which I went to see with Maddie at midnight.
Yeah, we sure did, dude.
We did it. We did the thing. And it was great. It was a really good time. So that kind of reinvigorated or sparked my renewed interest in the series. And yeah, and I've seen every other new one since then in theaters.
You didn't see Rogue One with us, right?
No, I saw we were going to, but that was the year of the horrible snowstorm. Yeah, so I saw it with my dad. Because that's the reason why I never grew up with Star Wars that much, because
you grew up watching
Star Trek.
Yeah.
Well,
no, you watched
Star Trek
First Contact instead,
and not Babe or Star Wars.
Or Star Wars.
And my dad's never been a huge Star Wars fan.
Babe.
I haven't seen Babe. Ezra, what's your history?
Oh boy. So when I was a little kid, one of my two best friends' family didn't have television at all. They had like shelves and shelves and shelves and shelves of VHS tapes. Blast from the past. And her older sister was a like bona fide old school Star Wars fanatic. Like spent hours on like Usenet message boards and like people's old ass GeoCities fan sites and shit, and had like this whole online like Star Wars RP life. And of course we were like 7 and fucking idolized her older sister. And so we watched Star Wars, and they had the old VHS tape like before the weird stuff where they stuck Jabba the Hutt back into New Hope fucking or whatever.
Yeah,
that was a shocker the first time I saw that. Yeah, the unremastered ones. And we were like 7. We were the perfect age for what is basically a space fantasy. And we used to get into the hedges in the park across from her cul-de-sac and pretend that we were on Dagobah.
Oh.
I used to pretend to be Luke Skywalker, like, a lot when I was, and it worked out great, because you would have thought, you were like, oh, like, didn't you both want to be Leia? Dude, no, she was Leia, I was Luke. It worked out great. We just needed a Han. And then I saw all the prequels in theaters, and then I kind of got back into Star Wars fandom after Force Awakens came out, but I kind of went back and consumed a lot of fan content for the original trilogy and the prequels, which was something that I had been sort of fanish about Star Wars when the prequels were coming out. But I got to kind of go back and consume a lot more fan content. And then, yeah, I've kept seeing them, and the new movies have been a little hit or miss for me, personally, but, I mean, it's not like I'm not gonna go see them. I still have a good-ass time. But I'm the asshole who's over here like, oh, I miss the old expanded universe, because I do.
I mean, that's valid.
Fuck you.
We can get into that in a minute.
Yeah, that's a discussion for later in the podcast, and that's my Star Wars story.
Yeah, and for me, I went into it a little bit, but I think my Star Wars journey kind of mirrors Helena's Star Trek journey. My dad saw Star Wars, like the original ones, in theaters, like when they came out. I don't know if he saw them like opening weekend, but he saw them pretty quickly. And so I saw the prequels in theaters with him. I've like, some of my earliest memories are seeing Phantom Menace in theaters. And then I read some of the books. There's this really interesting series, that's now dead, obviously, where Han and Leia have 3 kids, and 2 of them are twins. And there's a series where they go to Luke's like Jedi Academy. And I read a few of those. There were a bunch of video games. That's where a lot of it comes from, is that I talk about Knights of the Old Republic so much. But that was one of the first video games I ever played by myself, was Knights of the Old Republic. And then they had a Jedi Academy game, and they had a whole bunch of games fleshing out the world, like both pre and post original trilogy. I played some of Battlefront, not a lot, but like there was a huge video game extended universe that's now gone that I'm really, really sad about, especially Knights of the Old Republic, because it takes place... I almost literally just started talking about the history of Star Wars, and I'm not going to do that, but it takes place a really, really, really long time before the prequels, like thousands of years. So, interesting history that's lost.
Justice for Coder, man.
So,
Justice
anyway, yeah. I got into the movies again in high school, and then it just kind of kept going. I tried to make Ezra watch the Clone Wars cartoon with me. I was kind of successful.
I like it. I have weird attention span issues with animated television. It's not a dig on the quality of the Clone Wars TV show. Because it's great.
It couldn't be, because the Clone Wars cartoon is perfect, actually.
It's awesome. My brain just, like, stalls out after, like, 2 episodes of animated TV, and I really don't know why.
Yeah.
I saw Revenge of the Sith, like, 3 separate times in theaters, because people kept asking me to go with them.
When did that movie come out? 2003?
2003. Oh, no, 2004.
2003, yeah. 2004. I have a
I would have
friend
been like 10 or 11.
Whose mom is from Iran. And if you think about it, General Grievous has...
2005. Sorry, don't interrupt.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I think it is 2000. He has kind of a hashtag Middle Eastern, like, accent.
Yeah.
A little bit, and it's meant to... It's pretty racist. Because I remember my friend...
It's 2005, like that was kind of a ripe time for that kind of...
Well, and the whole prequel trilogy is ripe with those metaphors and allegories to the Bush era, too. I mean, that's been talked about.
So my friend
anyway
is, you know, we're on our way home from seeing Revenge of the Sith, and she just goes, I know that he sounded like that because it was supposed to be threatening, but it was really, like, cognitive dissonance, because he just sounds like my favorite uncle. And so, like, now when it, like now I just have this thing in the back of my mind.
My favorite uncle.
Yeah, where it's just General Grievous, like, making bad jokes at my friend's, like, mom's Passover Seder. Like, that's what I think of now.
Oh.
That's really sweet, actually.
It's kind of
You've improved General Grievous.
So you're welcome for that. Please imagine General Grievous as actually being
as like your favorite uncle.
Yeah, you're like middle-aged Iranian uncle who makes terrible jokes and like drinks too much at Passover. It's great.
I think since we've kind of I wanted to talk about this a little bit last week, but briefly, I think it's interesting that we're doing this immediately after our first but not our last Star Trek episode, because and we've already done it wasn't intentional in this podcast.
I'll say that.
Yeah, they're so often compared. They're always like people. Like BuzzFeed quizzes and shit are always trying to like make you choose between the two of them, and it's like I just want to say right now they're nothing alike, so stop comparing them. And I think it's important that we put that out there as often as we can. Star Trek is science fiction, Star Wars is science fantasy, Star Trek takes place in the future, Star Wars takes place in the past. They started from completely different mediums. They're trying to do completely different things with their storytelling. It just really frustrates me when people try to make
They're about entirely different things.
Yeah.
They have different themes and different plots and different moralities, and
you know what it is that straight people are just
different hearts to them.
So obsessed with binaries that they just want to make you choose between the two of them, and
they're both in space and they don't have star in the title, so you gotta like one or the other. And I'm like, I love both of them so much. It's like picking between my two children.
Which you don't have, but theoretically, yes.
My two children I don't have. I hate it. Yeah. It's so...
Anyway.
Everybody out there, it's like gender. You don't have to pick just one.
That...
Reject the binary system.
I'm non-binary because I like Star Wars and Star Trek.
I'm bisexual, so I like Star Wars and
you're
Star
bisexual,
Trek. Yeah. I've chosen to like two things. Anyway.
Maybe that's it, is the heterosexuals can only pick one.
It's possible. Rant over about that. For now.
No.
Dun dun dun.
That is a threat.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's an absolute threat.
Oh man.
What's your guys' favorite Star Wars movie, by the by? Do you have one? Is that hard for you to choose?
That one's really hard.
It's hard for me,
I think we could all agree. I almost just said we could all agree on the best Star Wars movie, and I heard in the back of my mind the gates, like, shuddering open on, like, the horde of army outside my door.
No, just say it, and then we'll
Empire
see.
Strikes Back. I think Empire, like, I was talking about the internet. What I think the highest quality, the Rogue One is like pretty. I think Empire Strikes Back is when people say what's the best one. I feel like that's kind of a Empire Strikes Back.
When I feel like rewatching a Star Wars movie, I usually Empire Strikes Back, as was Empire the other night was my first choice. It's very well made. It's
a good movie.
Yeah.
Outside of like and not that there aren't others or that they aren't, whatever. The art is subjective. But it is a good movie.
Yeah.
Well, and it's a middle of a trilogy that you get a ton of enjoyment out of watching on its own.
Yeah, it holds its own. It doesn't feel like because usually it's like a high, a low, a high. There's no sophomore slump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel it's kind of like, not to bring astrology into it, but it's kind of like... it's kind of like, a thing like cardinal and fixed, sides or whatever. This is horrible. I can't believe I'm doing this. But if, like, the first movie is kind of establishing, like, the universe of the series, which I think it does really well. I think New Hope does that really beautifully. Then Empire Strikes Back is just kind of deepening the themes of the story and what they're trying to say, and especially it
does a better job of establishing character as well, like deeper character.
Yes, for sure. And the Yoda stuff I feel like is primarily about talking, is more dealing with like what the movies, if they're about any one specific thing, which I think that they're about multiple things. I think that the scenes on Dagobah are like that, and then some great stuff with Luke's character and Han and Leia's relationship, and the introduction of a fantastic bisexual Lando Calrissian.
Empire Strikes Back is the best one because Lando's in it. Why were we even discussing this?
I don't know.
It's true.
It's true. It's true.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt to make a gag. let's move on. But but favorite Star Wars, I think this is like
issue.
Best and favorite are two entirely different things. Like emotionally, what is my favorite? That's really difficult. I don't know if I have an answer.
I don't
for
either.
That one. I don't know if I can pick one.
Because I usually used to say Empire Strikes Back, but I kind of missed New Hope the other night too.
I love New Hope.
Me too.
I adore New Hope. The last time I tried to rank them, I forgot about the existence of one of the Star Wars movies, and I can't remember which one it was. But I just left one off the list, and somebody was like, dude, you're missing a Star Wars movie, and I, freaked out.
So which one did you forget again? I think
I might have just forgotten Last Jedi.
I think you did... I feel like you possibly... Did you miss... I think I might have missed, maybe, Return of the Jedi on my list. Somebody, I think, forgot Return of the Jedi.
I think it was Last Jedi, Ezra.
Okay, yeah, I forgot Last Jedi. I have left off Return of the Jedi by accident in the past, and my beef with Return of the Jedi is that I enjoy the fuck out of 2/3 of Return of the Jedi, but I don't actually like watching the whole movie very much. I'm literally pointing at my microphone right now. I'm so intense about this. I hate the Ewoks. I'm sorry. I hate them.
Aww.
I said it. I can't stand them.
You're not the first.
They don't... I feel like part of the thing with the Ewoks is they're meant to give you a sense of, how this war is affecting everything on a smaller scale, and they didn't really need to. It's kind of like fluff, and it doesn't feel anywhere near as important or as big as Luke's, fighting his dad to the death.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that
anyway,
part of the movie.
Leia and Han are chilling out with some, teddy bears. I like the Ewoks as a race. I think they're adorable. But I think that their novel and their tone is, so different from the tone of the entire rest of the movie that it, kind of throws everything off.
Yeah, you end up with... For me, they just create tonal whiplash at the end of the film. And also, I feel like a lot of I don't ever just watch Return of the Jedi. I'm always watching it, after I've spent the whole fucking day watching Star Wars, so I'm usually kind of, punchy and out of ability to pay attention. So I feel like maybe I just have usually started to lose it.
It's definitely the one of the original trilogy that I personally have seen the least.
Yeah. I feel like Attack of the Clones and Return of the Jedi are the nap movies. In the marathon, those are the ones that you could zone out for, and you're fine. You're I know what happens in these. I can just take a nap skis and it's okay.
Yeah, somebody and if it's somebody can poke you awake for your favorite parts of those two movies. Right. Somebody will make sure that you're awake for the crazy arena fight in Attack of the Clones because fuck you, that part is amazing.
No, that's the best part of the whole movie for sure.
And somebody will be like, "Oh no, Ezra, the Space Nancy Drew part is coming up," and I'm like, "Cool, time to admire soaking wet space noir Ewan McGregor."
You don't remember the arena fight?
Yeah,
dude, with the crazy the personality test, which one's your favorite?
I don't remember anything about Attack of the Clones, barely.
Okay, you know what? That's valid.
Wiped that movie. I've seen the what is it? It's the fake trailer or the realistic trailer for Attack of the Clones so much that I think it superseded the original content of the movie in my mind.
That's fair.
Which just has
Obviously, that's a correct choice.
Which has a 30 to 45 second montage of all of the wipe cuts in the movie set to some zany cartoon music. It's a work of art. I watched that trailer a lot in college. It's so good.
The very first time I ever decided to do a Star Wars marathon was at my friend Alex's house in high school, and I actually left during Attack of the Clones to go put up posters for our high school play because I was like, I have to get out of here. Like, I can't deal with this fucking movie.
It's so
I'll
bad.
be back in 45 minutes. I'm going to the library to put up a poster for You Can't Take It With You.
You can't
Literally,
take it with you.
I'd rather be. Yeah. In general, I support the wipe cuts. They're cute. In the original trilogy,
Cute.
they're cute. I understand. I understand what they were trying to do
now.
Yeah, well, it's a callback. That's a very the iris cut, the iris fade in, and the wipe cut are very old fashioned, like early cinema techniques for cutting. And I think that along with the general like nostalgia thing that was going on in Star Wars to begin with, I kind of see intentionally or not what they were trying to do with that. It adds a very like familiar feel to the movie without it like being something that you've exactly seen before, a lot in Star Wars. So
they're not any dumber than Elrond like floating through the dreamscape at 60% opacity.
I was just thinking today.
Elrond, and in my head, I saw it in my mind. I
was just thinking about that
just
today.
This incredibly vivid image. 60% opacity, Hugo Weaving, like floating with a concerned expression across your vision.
I was listening to the soundtrack to Fellowship today.
Oh,
and I heard that's that part of the soundtrack, and I just thought about that one shot. Oh.
So this is the
beautiful
moment where I'm gonna out myself as something of a prequel apologist. Revenge of the Sith is in my top. It might be in my top 3, or it's my runner-up for favorite Star Wars movies.
Here's the thing. Is Revenge of the Sith good? We'll never know. We will never know.
Yeah,
Science
I
cannot
cannot be
tell us.
objective about this movie.
Do I cry like every time? Absolutely I do. Did they do Padme absolutely dirty? Yes, they did. She deserved better than this. And I love her. She's my wife.
Ewan McGregor looks amazing in that movie, for one thing. He looks the best he's ever looked in the prequel trilogy.
Also true.
Because they got rid of his mullet.
They did.
Yeah.
Bail Organa is in it. He's beautiful.
Yeah, he is
beautiful.
What else? There's a cool fight. Ewan McGregor is sad in it.
Everybody's favorite DILF, Bail Organa.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We can't do this.
This podcast is NC-17.
This podcast absolutely has an explicit tag. Like, of course it does. I've said fuck like 17 times
per episode.
Yeah, and all you good people in the Midwest, sorry we said fuck so much.
Oh, good reference.
You know what my only complaint about Revenge of the Sith is?
What?
Wedge Antilles isn't there.
Oh, that's evergreen though.
Oh man,
that was the other when we did the Star Wars marathon. That was the other game. It was like, "Where's Wedge?" It was me and Ezra every 5 minutes, like,
just
"Where is
yelling,
he?
Where's Wedge?
Why isn't he here already?"
I just want to say props since we're talking. We were kind of talking about Ewan McGregor. One thing that
we love him.
That I'm always struck by is how much he makes his voice sound like Alec Guinness's voice as Obi-Wan.
Oh, absolutely.
Without doing an impression. I'm like literally terrified about it to the point where, because I have Empire Strikes Back on DVD, obviously, but it's I think it's
obviously,
but I think it's it's the edition that's been messed with, that's has all the added junk or whatever in it, which I don't think is as much as New Hope, but so I'm like, I almost wonder when Obi-Wan has that voiceover when he's talking to Yoda, it's like, it sounds so much like Ewan McGregor playing Obi-Wan that I genuinely don't know who it is. Like, but I know that it's probably Alec Guinness, but it still just sounds
really
so
subtle.
much like him.
Yeah, the cadence of this speech is just so perfectly on point.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And he's like the only one who you see in both prequel and original where you have to, like, he has to look. He doesn't have to, obviously, but like he's the only one who shows up in both where you like see his face and he isn't a puppet.
Yeah.
And the fact that he, you believe that young Obi-Wan becomes older Obi-Wan. Like, that's like totally can see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the character continuity is fucking great.
Just chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor, underrated actor.
What a guy.
I mean, yeah. I mean, look, the highest paid actor in Hollywood right now is Mark Wahlberg, so every other actor with talent who isn't Mark Wahlberg is currently underrated because they're not getting paid as much as Mark Wahlberg. Not to call out Mark Wahlberg or anything.
No,
yeah.
you should call out Mark Wahlberg. He's a racist piece of shit.
I know he is. That's why I didn't censor his name.
Also, just like...
Hang on.
What?
Censor his name.
Googie,
what were you just gonna like make a beeper noise with
paid
your mouth?
Well, kind of like we do with Benedict Cumberbatch, do something like I called him in an old tweet, I called him Mark Walpurgis once, but I don't know if that works really anymore. Oh, maybe it's changed.
Anyway.
Maybe it's changed.
Helena, will
Uh-huh.
you marry me so I can have Canadian citizenship?
What?
You
And
cut out
also
in a
just
very
marry
important
me.
point. Sure.
Oh, I said, will you
I thought
marry me?
Proposal of the
supposed to.
century down the drain.
Wait a minute. This new
Foiled
article
again.
from Forbes is telling me that actually it's George Clooney right now. Which is like, whatever.
I feel slightly less bad about that.
Slightly less mad, but Ewan McGregor's still a better actor, so he's still underrated. There we go. That's that on that.
I remember George Clooney in Spy Kids.
Yeah,
Yes.
of course I do. God,
How could I forget?
Fuck, I want to watch.
See,
Spy
I've
Kids.
forgotten all of Attack of the Clones, but I remember Spy Kids viscerally because I've watched it a million times for one thing. And we just watched it recently for another reason, but also because it's fantastic.
Brains are weird. And also, frankly, Spy Kids actually makes substantially more sense than Attack of the Clones.
This is true, yes.
Like, let's be real here. That being said, we would all like to publicly declare that the only thing that's gonna make us get a Disney Plus subscription is Kenobi content.
Please.
Where,
That's a lie.
Well, the other content is Wedge Antilles
guys,
content.
it was gonna be such a good bit. And you just killed it right away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sorry.
You're not.
Which
Okay.
one of us are you blaming? Because it was both
Me,
of
I
us.
think.
I've this is the general you. I'm not annoyed enough
I'm
to start
sorry.
saying y'all. No, but that being said, where the fuck is my Obi-Wan movie? Give it to me. Please.
Ewan
just,
McGregor
go
is so ready. He's ready.
stick Ewan McGregor out in the desert with a handheld camera for like 3 weeks and let him just monologue. He will make you this movie.
Kenobi.
You don't even need to write him a script. He probably has made one up already.
Look, this is why I wanted the intro to say something about how we are willing to personally, all three of us, financially support Ewan McGregor's pursuit of an Obi-Wan origin movie. Or any movie.
Let Ewan McGregor just film himself LARPing in the desert for like 3 weeks, and I will buy a ticket to that on opening night.
I just want you to know I'm changing my Twitter right
like
now
a
to Blair
100
Kenobi.
127
Good.
hours, except with Ewan McGregor, and he doesn't get his arm caught and everything.
He has and he cuts off his own arm with a lightsaber. Done.
This will not be explained in the
What do you mean
next
he
Star
has
Wars
2
movie.
arms in the original trilogy? What plot hole? What plot hole?
I have a question. I don't know if either of you know this, but what is the deal with the cutting off of the arms and the hands in Star Wars? Because it happens a lot, and I don't know if I know why it happens so much. It's just because it's your fighting hand?
Well, yeah, I mean...
Because it's just, like, out there, dude. Easy to get.
when you're waving a laser sword around. I'm not sure.
I want to do a shout out to the Robot Chicken skit that told the story of the dude that Obi-Wan attacked in New Hope in the cantina.
In the cantina in Mos Eisley, where he just cuts off that dude's arm.
Yep. It's about him. He had a family, and he was an architect, and that was his drawing arm. And one time his shitty friend asked him out to drinks, and he went with his shitty friend to the bar, and his shitty friend started acting like an asshole to this random twink in the bar, and then he got his arm cut off, and he couldn't be an architect anymore. And that is the best Robot Chicken skit I have ever seen.
Okay, first of all, I forgot what our icon was on Discord. Also, I found a legitimate answer to why do so many characters lose their arms.
Oh, thanks.
I put it in the Discord.
Oh, thank you.
It's a little bit of a... Basically, it's... Joseph Campbell.
I was about to say... I was like, it's been long enough since I read The Hero with a Thousand Faces, and I'm like, there's an arm thing, and I can't remember what it is, and my English teacher from high school is, like, squinting at me from somewhere and doesn't know why.
Yeah, it's... Part of it is ambition signifies powerlessness, helplessness, frustration, or loss, or a situation that's reaching a crisis point. You know, when Luke loses his arm, boy, is that kind of all of that stuff happening at once.
That is true. That is true.
And then another thing they said is just, like, they're literally running around with, like, light swords. Everybody else has light swords. If you are hitting your light swords against each other and somebody slips, the first thing that's going to get hit is the arm. So.
Oh, yeah, and it's coming off.
Yeah, and it's coming off because it's a light sword.
Yeah, because it's a laser sword that sometimes people use to murder children with.
Just like a lot of children, though, Anakin. That was a lot of kids that you just went and hacked away.
I just viscerally was thinking about that.
But all right.
Way to turn the podcast into a bummer.
Sorry.
I spent a lot of time... I follow the prequel memes bot, much to my dismay, because sometimes they're just because it's Reddit, and they make these memes, and sometimes you're like, that's transphobia, you dumb bitch. But sometimes they're really funny. So I stick around.
There are some choice memes. I want to change my fucking Twitter display name to "That's Transphobia, you dumb bitch," but I don't think it'll fit.
I don't know. I did get one of Mad Max Thunderdomes is like, or no, Lord of the Rings is the Mad Max Thunderdome of the elves. I fit that in there. I fit in Saint Elrond, where is my keys? I put a lot of stuff into that. I've pushed it to the limit. You might be able to get it.
I might. I'm a pretty big fan of HMS Inexcusable, but that's Transphobia, you dumb bitch. Is pretty good.
I really like male bonding on the high seas so well that I went back to it after going away from it for a while. So I think I'll be sticking with that.
You know, you always got to return to what you know.
It's true.
You got to return to your home port, as it were.
What else, man?
So this.
Hey, do we want to talk about the old EU? I want to talk about the old EU. So
I'm literally looking at all 9 of the Rogue Squadron novels in paperback on my bookshelf right now, and you ask me on this day of my daughter's wedding if I want to talk about the old EU.
My dad also, like, his bookshelf, I just have, like, a fond memory of looking at his bookshelf, and there's a bunch of, like, the Star Wars EU books on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love your dad. Hey, Maddie's dad, if you're listening to this, I love you.
I don't think he listens to the show yet, but he should. Dad, please listen to my podcast. Dad. My mom does. My mom thinks our podcast is good, so this is for my mom. We love you.
She does. She just talked to me about it today.
Aw.
Thank you.
We love you, Maddie's mom.
What was I gonna say? I just totally blanked.
The old EU. We're talking about the old EU.
Oh, yeah, no, I was gonna make a gag about my Star Wars fic and how I just, pretend that the EU still exists.
Yeah. God.
I was like, fuck this.
I just really viscerally remembered that I wrote really, sad Star Wars fic about Han Solo's funeral because I had Great Big C's General Taylor stuck in my head for, 5 consecutive weeks. Anyway, depression is wild and Han Solo isn't dead.
Yeah, that's right. It's true. It's true, and you should say
neither
it.
is the EU.
That's right.
Brexit isn't happening, and also the EU isn't dead.
Yeah, well. Oh, now we're sad again.
I really have to stop making those fucking jokes. They're not actually funny. So the old EU was batshit. It was batshit insane.
It was huge.
It was just... People could get away with anything.
And they did. That was the great part.
It was the Wild West. It was a lawless place where people
There's literally a book where Obi-Wan Kenobi's in the space Wild West.
Yeah, in fact, it's literally called Wild Space. Check it out. Karen Miller's Wild Space. It's technically a Clone Wars novel, in which Obi-Wan and a young Senator Bail Organa, snark at each other on their way, out of charted space, and then, have to save each other's lives running around on a planet full of,
Excuse me,
artifacts. It's actually
Do you have a copy of this?
Also, they banged. What?
This sounds extremely my shit, and I want to read it immediately.
Helena, have we not talked about this?
Holy
No.
shit! What?
I know.
I thought you were there when I bought my copy of it.
No.
Oh my God.
Helena. I need to reread it, and when I reread it, I'll let you borrow it. How about that?
Yes, please. Yes.
So yeah, read Karen Miller's Wild Space, because it's amazing, and also, oh my god, Obi-Wan and Bail banged when they were young.
Oh, also, the weird part is I was actually talking about Kenobi. There's multiple books where Obi-Wan is just in the space west.
Okay, well see, that's perfect. Then he can go and make those movies, even though Blair can actually film those movies, and it'll still technically be kind of canon.
Red Dead Kenobi 2.
Red Dead Kenobi 2.
Oh, you went
Not
there.
as funny as Blair Witch Kenobi, but I'll take it.
Give him space tuberculosis. It'll be great.
No! The space consumption.
No, cast Val Kilmer in the movie so that Val Kilmer can have space consumption like he does in Tombstone.
Wait a minute, spoilers for Tombstone?
I didn't say anything happens, it's just a kind of a constant thing that's going on with him. You know.
I know what happens when people have the consumption. They all die. I know once again our spoiler policy is if the movie's been out for more than 5 years, it doesn't matter. But they know I haven't seen Tombstone and I want to see it.
I'm sorry.
So.
The consumption joke was too perfect. It was
Movie
right there
ruins.
in front of me. No, it's not. We have to watch Tombstone. No.
To be fair, you find out he has consumption in the first 10 minutes of Tombstone. So
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes me care significantly less.
That's not a spoiler.
Okay.
He has consumption the whole time.
Cool.
It's just his mood. His mood consumption.
Mood consumption.
God, it's remember when LiveJournal had mood themes?
It was DeviantArt.
No, it was LiveJournal too.
Because you could put in your mood and people would make packs for fandoms and stuff, and they would have custom ones. I'm just imagining mood consumption.
Can you believe that happened before mood jokes happened? Can you imagine the crossover of those two things?
God,
so ahead of its time.
It would have been unstoppable in a bad way.
Oh, powerful.
So the original expanded universe was, just an ocean of wildly varying quality, just everything. The comics, novels, video game, just reams and reams and reams of Star Wars content.
Yeah, if you liked Star Wars back in the day,
yeah,
you never ran out of Star Wars, basically. There was always going to be new Star Wars content. Yeah. for basically anybody you wanted to read about, there was going to be something for them.
Yeah, and there was stuff that was like aimed at younger readers. And it just was this enormous sprawling web of crazy. Like it was, and like not all of it was good. Let's be real here. A lot of it was terrible, but
doesn't matter.
It was fun. And I think one of the things that I miss about the new expanded universe is that it just feels small in comparison.
It feels more curated, but it's not like always good curated. Like there's not all of the new stuff is good.
No. But there was a sort of joyful kind of anarchy to the old expanded universe that I really got a lot of personal delight out of, and I miss that vibe.
For sure. Me too.
Also, Wedge Antilles' old expanded universe backstory was
so good,
way better, and the version that happened in fucking Rebels or something, like, it's cool that he was in Rebels,
they took from Taicho.
Bring back Taicho, because oh my god, okay, if you don't know who I'm talking about, I can't say his last name. I think it's Taicho Selu or something like that.
Oh, I would have done Chelchu.
Chelchu might be Chelchu. But
that would have been putting an extra H in there, so...
Anyway, he's Wedge Antilles' best friend. He was a TIE fighter pilot.
And my wife.
From Alderaan. And he was on a Skype call with his family on Alderaan when it got blown up. At which point he found out, defected, and went over to the Rebel Alliance.
And they spend a lot of the early Rogue Squadron books, like, nobody trusts him. He's, like, a fucking phenomenal pilot. And they basically keep him under, like, 24-hour watch?
Yeah.
Even after all he did for the rebellion?
Yeah, because they suspect him of being a spy for the remainders of the Empire. And, like, Wedge and co, like, resign their commissions to go find evidence that he's innocent. They are best friends. It's super important. And also, fucking Wedge Antilles was, like, his parents owned, like, the space equivalent of, like, a gas station or a bodega or something, and it got, like, blown up or something like that, and then he got adopted by their old friend, who was a fucking, like, smuggler crime lord named Booster Tarek, who taught Wedge to fly and also, like, smuggle and shit, and he has an adoptive sister who's a huge badass, and I love her. And
she ends up hooking up with, like, one of his, like, underlings, who's the protag of a bunch of the books. Which means the protag spends a lot of time being like, oh my god, I'm kind of dating my commander's sister.
Yeah, and Wedge is, you know, it's like, oh, and he could, like, kill me with his brain. He's not even force sensitive, he could just kill me with his brain.
He could just do that.
And Wedge is over here like, yeah, but, like, if you hurt her, she'll get to you first. Like, I'm not gonna have to.
I'll, like, drive the getaway car.
Yeah, and you'll never find us because we're the incredible pilot children of a galactically renowned...
Of Booster Tarek, yeah.
Booster Tarek. And it's really great because, like, Wedge, like, is very, you know, very dutiful and very dedicated to the Republic, the New Republic and stuff, but also has, like, this insane cred in, like, criminal circles, where he just rolls up and everybody's like, oh shit. And, like, people around him are like, wait, what the fuck? And Wedge is just like, oh yeah, by the way, my foster dad is Booster Tarek. And people are like, shut the fuck up, fuck the what? Yeah, anyway, Wedge Antilles is the best. And one of my friends did all this cool fan casting shit for a hypothetical Rogue Squadron series at Disney Plus. Hire my friend Jay to make this fucking TV show.
Excuse me, send it to me.
Oh yeah,
Let me see it.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find it, and we'll post it on the Twitter, because Jay
swear to
is
God.
amazing.
Swear to God,
I would like to,
Squadron
speaking of
show.
members of Rogue Squadron, I'd like to give a shout out to the really, the not great acting from a couple of Squadron members in Empire Strikes Back at the very beginning. I'm thinking specifically of the guy who says, what is it? Oh, shoot. It's something Rebel Ships Against a Star Destroyer, but the way that he says it is, like, so bored and out of it. Is like, something ships against a Star Destroyer? You know which guy I'm talking about. It's so bad. He's not even there.
Same.
My dad and I were like, oh, I felt so bad. There's also another guy who was trying to direct, he was, like, briefly in one shot trying to direct some stuff within the Hoth base, and he was, like, so physically uncomfortable, just shifting from side to side, and his, like, doing, like, my actor tics when I feel really uncomfortable on stage.
He's just really cold, dude. It's really cold.
I really felt for him. It's like, oh, this poor guy. Anyway, shout out to those guys. MVPs.
Shout out to those dudes. For real.
Anyway.
Where were we?
We were talking about something.
In a galaxy far, far away? No.
I was gonna say, actually, you were talking about how, like, expanded the expanded universe is. God, I'm a poet. I am a genius of my time. And I just wanted to mention that I have a Choose Your Own Adventure book that's like a Clone Wars one, where you take a personality quiz to see what your class would be as a clone, and then you do this, like, whole ass Choose Your Own Adventure story based on your class. And it was nuts. And what I'm saying is I want shit like that in the new EU. And there isn't, and so the new EU is bad. That's that on that.
That is, that, you know what, that is a piping hot take, and I love it.
Oh, I pulled up the title so I could, if people wanted to read it, I could tell them.
Are there any novels that talk about that 3-year gap? I'm sure there are. That 3-year gap in between New Hope and Empire.
Probably. Have I read them?
Boy, do I...
I could look for you, though.
I do need that shit in my life. Every time I watch that movie, I'm like, what happened?
Yeah, we should look, because there's
so many. There's hundreds of them.
There's literally hundreds. And chances are you can pick them up for mad cheap at your local.
If it's not out there, I'll write it.
You can get them at Powell's, dude.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know. Believe me, I have dealt with the Star Wars section at Powell's. Believe me.
The book I have is The Lost Legion. It's Decide Your Destiny is what they called them. They didn't call them Choose Your Own Adventures. They called them Decide Your Destiny.
God, that's so Star Wars. I fucking love it.
Yeah, it's by Tracy West. So I got it on Amazon for like maybe like $2 or $3. I got it for real cheap. And mostly I got it for the personality test. But it was fun, actually. It's if you like Choose Your Own Adventures, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
I do like Choose Your Own Adventures.
Who doesn't? We sold these at my work, but they have new ones too. Like they have a Luke and Leia one, and they have a Han and Chewie one. That's new EU, which is like, that's kind of fun. I kind of want to get the Luke and Leia one.
I kind of do too, actually. I want, yeah. Same.
Want Twin Ventures.
More Twin Ventures. Can we take a moment? Can we take a moment to appreciate how good Jimmy Smits looks as Bail Organa in Rogue One?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
absolutely, we can.
He looks great as always.
the compassionate but commanding presence.
He's
also like 1,000,000 feet tall.
There is actually, like, a quote from one of the Leia books
6'3".
that makes me, like, want to cry every time I read it. Hold on. It's gonna take me a second to find it, so y'all can
That's cool. I'm literally just basking in how much I love Jimmy Smits as Bail Organa right now. Like,
let's talk about Bail Organa.
Let's talk about
We actually should probably wrap up soon, but I feel like it's...
We can end it on this.
Underrated Star Wars characters. I feel like there's so many, and, like...
There are.
Wedge Antilles, obviously. Bail Organa,
Where's Wedge?
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Until recently, Leia had thought her father didn't even age the way other humans did. However, in the past few months, time and stress had begun to weave gray into the hair at his temples, to etch new lines into his forehead and around his eyes. And the gifts are the one of him, like, in Revenge of the Sith, and then him in Rogue One. And it's, like, kind of heartbreaking.
Oh my god, I just had a very intense emotional reaction to that.
Yeah.
Just the thought of, like, Leia's foster parents, like, the people who raised Leia Organa, like Bail and Brea Organa, oh my god, I want to know everything about them.
I was really emotional. I don't know about what. There was something about the Revenge of the Sith novelization that really moved me about Bail Organa. I'm sure if I went through my long Twitter thread where I was live blogging my reactions to the Revenge of the Sith novelization, I could find it, which is something that I did. I also cried on the bus reading the Revenge of the Sith novelization. I think it's really important that you all know this. Because it's really well written.
Okay, but the thing is that the Revenge of the Sith novelization is actually, like, really good.
Like, arguably...
Oh god, what's that part from the prologue again, where it's like...
Do you want me to go find it?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, hang on. I'm literally gonna go grab my physical copy.
Yeah. I think I also want to say we don't have a, like, unusual double features. We might do kind of, like, a mini episode for the Patreon that's kind of that. I want to say, like, if you're looking for good Star Wars EU stuff to read, like old EU, because we talked about it a lot, Rogue Squadron series, that's post Return of the Jedi, and it's Wedge, right, and it's Wedge and his, like, fighter squadrons. It's Rogue Squadron, duh. Wild Space, which is the Obi-Wan and Bail, like, cowboy book, and then Kenobi, which takes place, like, right after Revenge of the Sith, when Obi-Wan is, like, trying to find a place to hide. All real good.
Some other there's some good ones that are I'm literally looking at the like the novel timeline that's at the beginning of this one.
I have the really sweet Bail quote that in front of me. It's just at the end of the Revenge of the Sith novelization when they're talking about what to do with the twins. And it's like, I can... And then Bail Organa stopped, flushing slightly. I'm sorry to interrupt, Masters. I know little about the Force, but I do know something of love. The Queen and I, well, we've always talked of adopting a girl. If you have no objection, I would like to take Leia to Alderaan and raise her as our daughter. She would be loved with us. And, kill me.
Stop.
Okay, and as our send-off, so this is the prologue of the Revenge of the Sith novelization. That's, and if you've forgotten, Revenge of the Sith opens with fighting over Coruscant. Like, the fighting has reached the capital of the Republic. And it's like this idea that everybody's, like, afraid that this is gonna be the last battle of the Separatist War. And it just says, though this is the end of the Age of Heroes, it has saved its best for last. Meaning Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi. And now I'm sad.
Thanks for hanging out with us here on Sneople at the Movies from the Infinity Break Network. Check out infinitybreak.net for more awesome content, and come hit us up on Twitter at people_snake, or shoot us an email at sneopleatthemovies@gmail.com. Our amazing music was done by Johnny Ronaldo, who you can find at Johnny Ronaldo on Twitter. If you've got a subject you want to hear us talk about, a movie you think we absolutely need to see, or if you want to send us your Disney Plus login so we can all watch The Mandalorian, please do so. Come by and say hello, especially for that last one. Also, if you can, please leave a review on iTunes and share the show with any friends or family who you think would enjoy it. Any way you can spread the news in these early days of the podcast helps us so much, and we would really appreciate it. As always, thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the movies.